Hello and welcome to our third updated Zoom tutorial for Moravian College. It's August of 2020. In the first two tutorials, I showed you how to log in using the single sign-on, how to schedule a Zoom meeting. In the second tutorial, I showed you the two ways to start that meeting. In this tutorial, I'm going to take you through your meeting settings from left to right. So I'm going to start with my audio. You can see my microphone here. It has this green bar bouncing up and down, which is good news. It means that my participants would be able to hear me. If I select this upward caret right next to the microphone, I can see what I'm using for my microphone and speaker. You might have to change that depending on where you are to make sure that your audio is functioning correctly. At any time, you can test your speaker and microphone. Zoom will play a ringtone and ask if you can hear it, and it will ask you to speak, and it will play your audio back to you. If you're able to go through that successfully, it means that your audio is fully functioning. Right next to audio, you have your video. So if I were to select this, that red slash would go away, my webcam would be on. If I select the upward caret, that's where I can choose a virtual background, or I can change some video settings. One thing we often suggest people change, especially in the event of being in a classroom, is to uncheck mirror my video. After the video options, I have this new feature, the security tab, opening. So security tab will allow me to lock the meeting, which means no one else would be able to join, or to enable a waiting room, which would mean that anyone who is joining would need to be let in by me. They can't just pop up and join. I have to actually allow them into the meeting. And I can also choose what I'm allowing participants to do. So, for example, right now, if someone were to join, they would not be able to share their screen because that is not checked. If I want them to be able to share their screen, I can just click it and now it's checked. So my participants right now can share their screen, chat, etc., etc. If at any point I don't want them to do these things, I can uncheck it. Next to security is the participants tab. If I open this, it opens this nice participants window where I can see anyone who is in my meeting. If I float my mouse over their name, it will give me more, in which case I can rename them or ask them to mute themselves, ask them to turn their camera off. It's also in this participants tab that I will see if anyone selects one of the icons, it'll pop up to their name. I can also use this tab to invite more people to my meeting, mute people, etc. Next to participants is the chat function. So here is where we can type things to one another. You can share files, and you can also determine who's allowed to chat with who. Next to chat is my screen sharing function. So if I select the upward caret, I'm given my sharing options to say who is allowed to share. If I select share screen, now I can see the various things that I'm able to share. If I'm sharing something that has sound, I want to make sure I select share computer sound. If the thing I'm sharing that has sound is a video, I'm also going to select optimize screen share for video clip. Now, for this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and share Safari so you can see what that looks like. Now I'm sharing in my meeting this open web browser. This is the only thing my attendees are seeing in terms of my screen, and I can see this green bar around my web browser that indicates that I'm sharing. And when I'm done, I can stop the share. Next to share screen is the polling function. Polling is a function that is only available to the host. And here I can either create the poll in meeting or launch a poll that I've already created when I was scheduling my meeting. If I did not select record automatically, but I want to record now, next to polling, I can hop over to record, select record, and just like in my meeting scheduling, it's going to ask me, do I want to record on this computer or record to the cloud? So I will select which one I want, and then the meeting will be recorded. Next to record is closed captioning. Now, this is something that we're working on, so coming soon. In order to close Caption in Zoom, you need to use a third-party app. So if this is something that you need, please let us know. Again, this is a work in progress. And finally, you have your breakout rooms. So you can choose to send people into a certain amount of rooms automatically, which means they'll just be split up randomly and put into however many rooms you've created. Or you can put people into rooms manually, which if I had attendees here, I would be able to select them and put them into rooms. If at any point you need more information or want to go over some of those more advanced features like polling and breakout rooms, please reach out to IT and we'll make sure you have what you need. But that is all of the meeting functionality currently from left to right for running a Zoom meeting. If you have any other questions or concerns regarding Zoom, please make sure to contact IT. Our number is 610-861-1500.